My name's Liz Copeland, and I'm the program coordinator for the College Edge program. And I'm here today with Kevin Mihata.
I'm Kevin Mihata. I'm Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education in College of Arts and Sciences, and I lead Gesture.
There's a whole bunch of information that I could share about the logistics of how the program works. And if you have questions about that, please contact me. But one of the cool things that we have that's a unique offering as part of College Edge is some early career lab programming through Gesture. So, Kevin, do you want to tell us a little bit about Gesture?
Sure. Gesture is our early career lab in the College of Arts and Sciences, and we're actually launching a new version this year just for College Edge students. Some special programming and launching a new program that will start actually in the academic year as well. And students in College Edge will be the first ones with an opportunity to join that. And it's based around building the mindset that you would need to make the most of your time in college and in the first few jobs. So we think of early career as like college plus the first part of your working, full-time working life. I realize that there's a lot of stress at this time for people who to make the transition into college, but you will be okay in that, and College Edge will help you with that. The real question is, how can you make college itself a transition to your life after? And that's what we'll focus on in Gesture, and specifically in College Edge, but also in the rest of the time in Gesture.
It's funny. I think a lot of people think that's going to happen later. Like they don't need to start worrying about that now. So, yeah, like why start that now?
I think there's so much focus on how we can get used to being at UW and get used to being on campus, which is what we will have a chance to do in College Edge, and really succeeding in school. That's the focus. How can I get good grades? How can I get into my major? Of course, it's stressful, and do all the things that I know are supposed to happen in college. In fact, you'll do fine at that. You know, there are things that are hard and all that, but they're not things that are foreign once you adjust to being on campus. The hard part is finding a place where you can actually experiment with different versions of a future you and take some risks and be able to fail in that space and experiment with, discover who you can be besides just a student. And most of our thinking about what that transition is high school student to college student. How can I make that transition successfully? Well, you're going to make that transition successfully. It's going to be stressful in the beginning, but it will turn out fine. It always turns out fine for everybody, or almost everybody. And so there's a few. No, it'll be fine, really. But it's possible to graduate without ever changing beyond that. And so I think our lesson is that you have to make a space for that. It's just not going to happen on its own. So that's what we're trying to do in Gesture.
I know Gesture has worked with several employers that people may or may not have heard of. Do we want to mention those in some capacity?
Our basic premise that you have to kind of build a new identity actually came from our conversations with employers. We've worked in a variety of programs with big companies like Microsoft and Amazon and Tableau, now part of Salesforce, Nordstrom. We've worked with small companies, startups, venture capital, with government agencies like City of Seattle. So over the years, lots of different programs. What we've found when we really kind of pushed on what do you need from us as employers, and again, not just big corporate employers, but what does the world need from our graduates? They need people who have grown beyond just being a student, essentially. And that's what college is supposed to do, but it doesn't always do that unless you take some ownership, like you said, as a student of becoming a non-student. You kind of have to push yourself, and I think our lesson is that it's really hard to do by yourself. So we need to have a place where people can actually challenge you to grow and in ways that go beyond just the classroom.
So if students want to participate in Gesture programming during College Edge, what does that look like, or what can they expect?
So I think everyone who does College Edge is going to get a much better transition to college, right? To be successful, find your place, start to find your community, become comfortable with being in a college classroom and interacting with faculty, all that will be for everyone in College Edge. The Gesture programming that we plan will be a really brief optional introduction to how to use college to challenge yourself to grow in ways that aren't actually required by college, but you can choose to seek out. So you have to learn how to do that. So we want to give a chance for people to just try that out a little bit. And if you want more of that, then we have opportunities in the academic year as well. So we'll be doing all of our programming in the Gesture space, which we've built to show the difference between school and this other identity we want to create. So we film videos here, stuff for our YouTube page, TikToks. This is our little fake stage.
For curious students that want to learn more about Gesture ahead of coming, if you're thinking about coming for College Edge, or if you're not coming, but you're going to be here this fall, how can they start to learn more about what we do here?
Well, we have a video podcast, and so there's a series of episodes. There's some other YouTube and TikTok content. So I think that's the way to understand how we're trying to create a different culture. Just go watch a bunch of stuff, and that you'll see.